Hey, welcome back to S&K On The Road. I'm Kathy and this is Shawn. And today we're going to talk about the pros and cons of camping. And also, if you notice, we are not in our camper. Unfortunately, it's that time of year where we had to put it in storage. Shawn already winterized it. And so our plan is to try to come to you on a weekly basis, if not sooner. To give you updates. You know, we have a lot of things we want to talk about even while we're not camping. So again, today we're going to talk about, or Shawn's going to do most of the talking when it comes to the pros and cons of camping.
Yeah, camping is its own experience. It's a different form of travel. I traveled in my past a lot for work, and I'll just say that it's way different. You can experience things way different than you would traveling airplanes and things like that. It's got its pluses and minuses. And like I said, you can experience things you'll never experience in other forms of travel. I always like to start off. There's like 4 of these I have listed. I have a bonus one off the cuff that I'll do, and then a little tip for this time of year that I just have been answering a lot on Facebook and stuff. So stay to the end. And hear the tip because it's a good one. As always, first I like to talk about God. God wins. The pros are you get to see amazing sights that only God could produce. Like right now, it's October here in Pennsylvania, and wow, you get up into places like the Poconos and stuff, and the views are spectacular. The colors are spectacular. You try to take pictures of it, and they just don't do it justice. We've been along I forget what it's called, the Shenandoah Trail and stuff, and you get these views out there, and you try to take a picture of it, and you look at it on the picture, and you're like, that doesn't, that's not the awe-inspiring that when you're standing there, you're like, wow, man, this is amazing. Yeah. So, but the con is you get to experience some of the wrath that can come from that. We've seen, and thankfully not us, but people who left their awnings out in the winds where they're wrapped up on top of the camper or sheared off and one leg's way down. The weather can be a powerful thing. And if you're trying to sleep at 2 a.m. and you get that pouring rain, well, you might not be sleeping that much. But you can realize, hey, God has us here, and God can, take care of that too if you really wanted to. But, right. Yeah, so there's pros and cons, but it is ultimately, though, it is awesome the sights you see. The next thing I'm going to bring up is friends and family. Pro, you get to spend some intimate one-on-one time with those you love, and you get to ponder life by a campfire, watching the flickering flames, and get to do the whole experience together, whether you're trying to figure out storage, whether you're trying to figure out how you're going to put the camper in a site, whatever it is, talking with your neighbors, you get to do it with the people you love, the friends, the families. Sometimes it's grandkids. Now our one child has bought a camper, so maybe we'll spend time with them doing this. So the con is, though, if you have your spouse help you back in a camper, and you can have some tests to that relationship. It can bring out deep-seated things that $500 $200 sessions with a counselor could never bring out. But there can be some stressors when things go wrong in the middle of the night, when something starts leaking or something seems really bad. You can really put some strain on relationships, but also ultimately it comes around and it's a great benefit, and you get to do this experience together and form an alliance to conquer all. The next item I have is technology while camping. It's a great way to disconnect. You can get out there, slow down a little bit. I'm still working, and nothing like the constant string of emails and requests and all that stuff can come to a screeching halt when you're out by the fire, but your phone's in the camper, and that kind of stuff is just, it's a nice rest from the rat race. On the flip side, con is being disconnected. Sometimes it's after we've been connected all these years, and you know, like a pro is, you know, you're finding out you don't really need to be connected to enjoy life. But a con is you can be missing out, and you know, people are like worried what they're gonna miss and things like that. And then you want to have technology, but when you see, oh, this campground has Wi-Fi, well, campground Wi-Fi is like Bigfoot. You hear about it, but you rarely ever see or experience it. It is it's not something you always believe. Now, don't get me wrong, we've been in a campground with good Wi-Fi, and you were like, wow. And it was in a place where our T-Mobile phones were on SOS, so we thank God they did. But yeah, so you either don't have it, or if you want to have solutions that really work, like we don't have Starlink, but those that have Starlink and all the contraptions, it costs money.
Yeah.
So that's a huge con. If you want to stay connected while camping, it can cost you. I mean, over $100 a month. So yeah, that can be a big con. The final item I have on my script is the people in campgrounds. 90% of them are awesome people.
Yes.
We've met people that we're friends with years later.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's you really get to meet a lot of people. And like I said, I travel for work. I probably met more people in one camping trip than I did staying in 1,000 hotel rooms. I've stayed in hotel rooms, and you walk by everybody, and other than talking to the person at the front desk, you really don't interact with your fellow people at hotels or things like that. I mean, yeah, of course, I'd go to work and talk to the people at the plant I was visiting or whatever, but ultimately, the campground, you really do get to meet a lot of people, and 90% of them are great people. They just want to be friendly, just like you want to be friendly, and you know, if the topic gets to where you maybe have differences, you know, you still maintain friends.
Mm-hmm.
Con is, it seems like there's always that one. That one that either, and not that we've experienced this, but a couple times, like the loud music kind of person, or, you know, their lights on their camper. I know this can be controversial. Some people want them for safety or whatever, but they'll have those two big things on their fifth wheels, the big beams lit up on their fifth wheel, front of their fifth wheel, like, you know, two Jedi Knights fighting or whatever, and the whole campground's lit up because of that. We tend to not be like that. We tend to want to keep the lighting down. You're camping, you're out there, you want your fire to give you light and warmth. That's my preference. I know some people, we were at campground just recently, basically had street lights.
Yeah.
But that's how some people like to camp, with it all lit up. So, but yeah, some people overlight, in my opinion. The other thing, and this will lead into the bonus topic, con is people whose pets are out of control.
Yes.
And it's not always, it tends to be mostly the owner's fault, but it's not always the owner. Some pets are just not built for camping. There's the barkers, there's the unleashed, which we've experienced. We have a fence up. We just recently had a dog run right up to the fence and be yipping at our dogs, an unleashed dog. So keep control of your pets. Oh, and of course the uncleaned up poop, which we haven't experienced much out and about, but we have gone to State Park, and we pulled in a site, and basically the people before must have been letting their dog just poop all over their site. There's dog poop. We had to basically clean the site up first, because we don't want our dogs getting whatever their dogs had. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's the con. There's always that people, but 90% of people are great. And like I said, we've met friends that'll probably be lifetime friends.
Yes.
camping. Now, my bonus thing is you get to take your pets along.
Yes.
Although hotels are doing this more, it tends to be expensive.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we stayed in a hotel with our dogs, and it was like $75 extra for dogs. Now it's for 4 days, but you're like, what? Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. And of course, then you got a long way to take them out, blah, 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 blah. Where, when you're camping, you get to bring your pets along. The con is, so can everybody else. And I just described some of the cons that people have. But yeah, you get to get out there with your pets and get to walk around and all that kind of stuff. So those are my pros and cons of camping. And you have anything to add?
Just real quick on the pet thing. This is going long. We want to cut it short. But the other con for me is if we want to go out to eat and we can't take the dogs along or whatever, is leaving them in the trailer, making sure that, the temperature's right, making sure, hoping that they're quiet, because we have been walking around a campground where we just hear a constant barking from a dog who has been left alone.
Yeah, and we do things to try to prevent that. We have a little camera in there that we can watch them, and we make sure there's a temperature thing that can be seen from the camera, and so we keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
But the bonus tip for this season is I'm seeing a lot about people worried about condensation in their rigs while they're in storage. What I do is I crack the vent open. I have a couple vents underneath things. I just crack them open a little bit. The condensation forms with the difference of temperature and water moisture in the air. So that way that equalizes out and you don't get any condensation. I also open up the cabinet door for each set of cabinets for the same reason. Yeah. So that's the little tip. You can please like and subscribe. Also leave your comments
if please.
Your experience RV camping and what's pro and con for you.
Yeah.
We enjoy it. So we hope to see you out there someday.
Yes. So that's it for today. And again, we are hoping to create some more videos, maybe some shorts here and there. And as always, we hope that you have a wonderful day.
God bless.